what's up? We're back here on Offside. This is me, Damien, our host here tonight. Here's David and Nicholas. We will be talking about how Liverpool are sort of actually struggling at the moment in this period of time. The start to March and from the middle of February, they haven't been the most entertaining and strong team out there. They've had, in their last 4 games, 3 of them were losses. And that, for a team like Liverpool, is...
Now let's just go over their last 4 games. The first of them was a 1-0 loss to Atletico in Madrid. The second one, a 3-2 win where Liverpool had to come back against West Ham through some errors from the West Ham goalkeeper Fabianski at Anfield. Afterwards, they had a 3-0 loss to Watford.
Shocking. Absolutely.
Sarr
was absolutely on fire.
And then today, they lost to Chelsea 2-0 at Stamford Bridge.
Barkley with an unbelievable run from the halfway line to score an absolute wonder goal.
Into the bottom corner. Adrian with the howler. And altogether, Liverpool's defense has been terrible. Alexander-Arnold's form has dropped in the Watford game, making a terrible pass leading to a Sarr goal.
No, it was Troy Deeney.
Troy Deeney goal. While Lovren has literally been playing worse than an old lady.
Well, Liverpool fan here, what are your thoughts on all this?
I really have no thoughts.
Okay, so what do you think of the Chelsea game? You think that? What do you think of Adrian after that howler?
His second this season after a one earlier this season against Southampton. He attempted a correction and ended up just passing the opposition the ball. So what do you think of Adrian's howler?
I think that it was decisive.
Okay.
Other than that, Willian, he scored after not only through Adrian's howler, but also some poor Liverpool passing. They tried to build up from the back.
And Fabinho lost the ball, and it ended up in an Adrian howler, which is practically the Liverpool backline area. It was cracked. It's getting very cracked recently. Against Atletico, the ball, no one's marking Saul. It goes off of Fabinho, right to Saul. No flag, goal. And then Liverpool couldn't be clinical enough. They got a goal offside, and it was a disaster. The second leg at Anfield, we'll see what will happen, but we all know what Diego Simeone is doing.
He's going to play his regular shithouse football, park the bus, defend all the time. If they do score, he's probably going to go counterattack, more offensive. Against West Ham, Liverpool had luck on their side as one of the shots, a Mo Salah goal, was outside the box, very little power, straight at Fabianski. It should be an easy save. He fumbled it, went through his legs, and into the net.
Howler. Absolute howler. And then he went a little out of his goal. Alexander-Arnold dinked the ball over him and fell right to, I believe, Sadio Mane, right?
Yeah, Firmino was too high for Firmino. Mane headed it in. Speaking of goalkeeper howlers, Adrian's howler. If you would have seen the Karius howler in the Champions League final, it was very similar, except that he was on his knees. Isn't that right?
Yep, absolutely right. And you think Liverpool will do better? And we still all know that they're going to win the Premier League, but they've been eliminated from the FA Cup, 2-0 to Chelsea. Carabao Cup, 5-0 to Aston Villa with the youngsters.
Oh shit.
Their treble hopes are all over, as now they could still win the double in the Prem, which is basically done for them. Only 5 games left to win.
And the Champions League,
where they're going to need to score once to equalize, send it to extra time, possibly penalties, twice to win the game. And if by some miracle it ends up 2-1 at Anfield, then Liverpool will be eliminated on away goals. So it's not going to be the easiest of games for them.
I absolutely have to agree with you. And, well, What do you think of Juve's game when they lost to Lyon? Absolute terrible, because I'm a Juve fan, and yeah.
And I think that the ref was cheering for Lyon.
Well,
Yeah, the ref made some poor decisions. He didn't award Juve 2 penalties. One, the ball was getting grabbed on the shirt while he was attempting a bicycle kick. They got a goal offside. That was fair. But Lyon, Moussa Dembele, he was on a yellow card. So one of the Juve defenders, I think it was Bonucci, or I think midfielder Bentancur, he went in for a header challenge. He fouled Moussa Dembele, and Moussa Dembele went and dropped Bentancur. And it was not even a booking, which is very surprising because that would have been a red card. Then Marcelo, for some reason, Ronaldo was helping Marçal up, and then Marcelo comes in and starts trying to fight Ronaldo. And then I believe, and Marcelo earlier on, he didn't get a red card for legit punching Dybala's face when Dybala was pressuring him. I couldn't believe it.
other than that,
was mad.
it was a really sad game for them as they had to resort to long balls, which is stuff that you usually see from Louis van Gaal back in 2012 where he was at Man United. He'd do a lot of long balls. This time it was Juve doing them. It didn't work out for them. The Leeds with a bad head injury, Dybala with a bloody arm. Not the best of games for Juve. And to think it's the 7th team in Liga with 2 key players missing.
The head injury wasn't an injury. Neither was the Dybala bloody arm. There were no injuries. They're not injured. Nothing. No.
Moving back to this Liverpool subject. Dejan Lovren, what do you think of him? Should he be sold? Should he be arrested for his defending?
I think he should be joined by Karius in the
in Besiktas.
in Besiktas, the club of all the errors. What Karius is, Lovren, Domagoj Vida, and they're preparing. Soon Lovren's gonna be there. That's where all the Liverpool rejects go. So,
Other than Daniel Sturridge,
who
who is right now out of a contract and has been fined for breaching the FA's betting laws, I believe.
4-month ban for Daniel Sturridge.
I think €140,000 ban.
Well, what do you think of Liverpool and the Champions League?
If Liverpool score at least 2 goals, then I think they might go park the bus, and Freddie might go attacking football.
So you're basically saying the tables will be turned, and you're basically saying that the side's usual tactics are gonna go to the other side. They're just gonna switch tactics. That's basically what you're saying.
Wait, but what will you think of Real City in the second leg?
Oh, Real Madrid. Oh, yeah, that's an interesting topic because you just reminded me of, drumroll please, El Clasico, where Real Madrid beat Barcelona 2-0.
Thanks to Mariano legendary substitution and Vinicius Jr. after a PK deflection. Though PK didn't have the worst of games making a goal line clearance, as Ter Stegen was easily Barca's best player, making a top corner save on Isco and numerous other ones. Courtois also playing well. Messi playing terribly, missing a few brilliant opportunities.
Messi does not know when to pass the ball clearly. He didn't score a breakaway where Marcelo and Varane got in the way.
Wait, but
It's strange because Marcelo's been out of form, Varane's been out of form, now Messi. Is he next? He's aging. Look at Ronaldo. He has a goal-scoring streak. He's doing very well right now, Ronaldo. And Messi, he scored 4 goals against Eibar, but Champions League and Real Madrid, biggest match of the season. Quique Setién, his assistant was absolutely furious. You should have seen him on the touchline. I don't think Quique Setién, he has a lot of possession, sure for that. But he can't win games. He lost Athletic Bilbao in the Copa del Rey. Now Real Madrid. He lost a few other matches in La Liga. tightly beat Granada 1-0. Barcelona are shaky now.
Who do you think Barcelona would need to sign to fix their team and basically rebuild the entire team? Who do you think they would need to start?
Braithwaite.
Let's start with the goalkeeper position. Do you think any changes were made? Both of you.
No.
Defense. So let's start off with the left back. Do you think Jordi Alba or Firpo deserve the spot?
Well,
Jordi
I
Alba's
think
aging.
Jordi Alba should be in.
Firpo doesn't
I think
have much
Jordi Alba
experience.
should be in, but Firpo, the problem with Barcelona players is that if they're young, they can't cope with the pressure. If you saw Nelson Semedo, he was playing well, going down the wing, getting in that space, making runs because
Nobody
of his
else
pace.
is doing that.
He was doing very well, but the thing is that he gets nervous. So when a Real Madrid player goes to press him, he loses the ball because all the pressure's on him and the pressure's going high on him. And it happens with all the young players, really.
Don't you think that by losing the ball, it's just that he doesn't know how to dribble, really?
No, it's because he's pressured. That's why.
No.
He's young. When that happens to PK, that doesn't happen.
Do you think any changes
Conspiracy?
should be made
No.
in center back?
No.
PK and Langley, do you think they should stay? Do you think any signings should be
I
made?
mean, like Longley, he's been.
I think he's pretty solid along with PK.
I think that's fine, but maybe the right back could get some changes.
Sergio Roberto or Nelson Semedo?
Nelson Semedo, he's the one who's really losing that ball a little because of the pressure. I think maybe he should play some games and some games not, to get a little more used to it and get the pressure a little off him.
Moving on into midfield, what do you think? Do you think that they should sign any midfielders in the summer?
No, not at all. They already signed Frankie De Jong. They have Artur. They have Arturo Vidal. They have a lot, to be honest.
So you're saying they should just play that it's the tactics going wrong in midfield, like De Jong's playing too high, for instance.
Yes, De Jong, he's not playing in position. His regular position, I think, is central midfield, and they're playing him more attacking. And that's what's ruining it, because he's not better off attacking. I mean, like, in the Ajax coach, Erik ten Hag, already said. And yeah, he said that he's playing out of position for Barcelona. And that's how it's going, clearly. So,
What
yeah.
about the attacking trio? Do you think any changes should be made? Absolutely any. So
They just bought Braithwaite, so when he came on against Real Madrid, he got this close to scoring a goal. Pretty impressive, but
he stayed silent afterwards.
yeah.
Madrid defense finally decided to mark him. The right wing, do you think Messi should stay, or do you think they should start searching for a replacement other than Ansu Fati?
I think they should get Neymar, to be honest, a lot, because then maybe they could play Griezmann on the right. When Suarez or Braithwaite could be actually pretty good on the
He
right.
could play on the wing, but I think he's better off in the center as a
Maybe
false nine.
look, they have Griezmann, Messi, Suarez, who's gonna come back from injury next season. Well, but that's a long way. So they have Braithwaite. They have they have a lot of players, and there's also let me think. They could play Vidal in attack, but that's not the most successful. So
Yeah, that was really bad in El Clasico.
yeah, no, they played him at false nine more, but yeah, I think they should start searching for a replacement. Maybe Neymar, because Neymar could go on the left. I don't know. Can Suarez play on the right? Yeah.
He's better off in the center. He's a number 9. He's only good at finishing and dribbling. He can't.
Maybe they could
be
actually
on
play
the
a maybe
wing.
4-4-2. Imagine.
That would be also nice. Shift Messi back into midfield and then Suarez, Braithwaite.
No, wait.
Yeah, they could have two wingers. The wingers could be. Oh, I got a good one. Maybe they could have the two attackers up front, the two, because 4-4-2. Maybe it could be up there. Maybe it could be Neymar, Messi. No, you know what? No, Suarez, Messi. Wings would be Neymar, and on the right, we could maybe say Griezmann or Braithwaite. It could be any.
Moving on. What do you think about today's game, Liverpool-Chelsea?
Didn't we already discuss this? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, sorry, we already discussed this. So let's move on to German football, where everybody's fighting against the DFB, the German Football Federation. In the Bayern game where they played Hoffenheim, Bayern were up 6-0, and then the fans decided to pull out a sign, which was against the Hoffenheim president, I believe. The club owner, Hopp. Because in Germany there is a rule called the 50+1 rule. Basically, the owner could only actually owns 49% of the club. The other 51% belongs to the fans. But he managed to get around that. Like with Leipzig, Hoffenheim own more than 49%. And Bundesliga clubs are mad about that. Everybody's saying about how DFB broke the promise. There were protests everywhere, absolutely everywhere in Germany. But Hoffenheim aren't even a top club with all this money being injected into them, unlike Leipzig. Something has to be going wrong there if they lose 6-0 to Bayern Munich, who their most expensive signing ever was an 80 million left back.
He's a complete flop. Lucas Hernandez, he should be sold automatically. He's utter crap. He's not doing anything for Bayern. He gets injured every time he comes back. He had a 2-month injury, I think. He comes back, a few weeks later, he's gone again.
Tendon injury.
How long could he be now? How long could he be gone for now?
I'd say Boateng is a lot more reliable along the back.
But today, he's also injured. He got injured today before the game.
It was a stomach bug.
Schalke.
I wouldn't exactly call that an injury.
Oh, yeah, true.
It's further away from an injury than De Ligt's head, bloody head. And
No, because De Ligt literally came off for 2 seconds and then came off.
A stomach bug isn't as bad, I'd say.
Yeah, but De Ligt played the game. Boateng didn't play anything.
Yeah, so that he would be fit for the next game, which I believe is Eintracht Frankfurt.
So that means they would do that to De Ligt. So De Ligt had a lower injury because he just had a cut. It's nothing bad.
Then Kimmich today, he scored a nice volley, bottom corner.
I think it wasn't
lucky. Bayern were playing better, deserved the goal. Hoffenheim were Schalke were just defending well.
Well, it was a narrow win, to be honest. At the start, Schalke got goal disallowed. I mean, it deflected.
I'd say it was offside.
I don't think it was not offside.
It was.
It was not.
He was offside.
It deflected off of Kimmich.
So what? It was the slightest of deflections. That doesn't count.
Yeah, it does.
It wasn't a proper pass.
Yeah, but it still has to count. If it deflects off of their man and it goes to him, then it's a goal.
It's not
always.
Offside.
Yes, it is. How about the coronavirus, how it's affecting Serie A? Serie A could be cancelled completely.
We might as well just say right now, Serie A is cancelled.
Practically. Juve, Inter, done. Milan, Juve, second leg was supposed to play tomorrow. Cancelled. I can't believe it because I'm a Juve fan. I was happy. I was excited to watch it, but when I heard it's behind closed doors, I was a little less because when there's no fans, the match is a little more boring, a lot more boring. And
I would just want to right now say something about who I think might be the most underrated youngster right now. If you don't agree with me, I don't care. Joshua Zirkzee. He almost broke Erling Haaland's record for 3 goals in the Bundesliga. He was 3 minutes behind. 3 goals, 26 minutes, 3 shots. That's all it took. Zirkzee. While for
Zirkzee is not underrated.
For Haaland, it took 23 minutes to score 3 goals. So it's really close. Zirkzee's 1 year younger, Dutch player. I'm not sure if he's made his international debut or not.
No.
But I think he's one of the most underrated youngsters out there. People don't speak of him as much as they should.
Well, I have actually something that just came up today. The UEFA Nations League draws. They were interesting. The group that our country is in, Poland,
Bosnia,
Netherlands, and
Italy.
Yeah, it's a hard group, but I think Poland will make it out because, Italy, they have a strong defensive line and back defensive, But their attack is sorry to everybody who's Italian, but it's garbage. They have a Mobile. He's very good.
Other than that, not much.
Other than that, no one. Belotti is no. He's on a scoring drought. Quagliarella, I mean, like,
Belotti is like the Andreas Pereira of strikers, I'd say.
yeah. To be honest, he's that bad.
Wait, we forgot one Champions League game.
And Moise Kean is the Jesse Lingard of strikers for Italy.
While for Poland, who have the likes of Lewandowski, Milik, Zielinski, Szczęsny, some of the bigger names, and then you have smaller names who are also performing, such as Krychowiak in the Russian league, Grosicki in the second tier of English football.
He's scoring a lot. He scored a lot of free kicks. Lewandowski in great form. Szczęsny, yeah, I think he's one of the best goalies in the world right now.
And
Alisson, yeah, he's number one probably. Obviously, he can't save anything. He let in a lot of goals, knowing Liverpool standards this season.
And talking about Liverpool and defending, I'd actually want to go up a bit further up the pitch with Liverpool into attack. They haven't scored a single goal each time they've lost this season. Aston Villa 5-0, Atletico Madrid 1-0, Napoli 2-0, Watford 3-0, Chelsea 2-0. They haven't scored. That's how you need to beat Liverpool. Just don't let them score. And those are the only games they haven't scored as well. They haven't drawn a single game 0-0. They've either scored and won, or they haven't scored and they've lost.
Wait. We forgot a Champions League game. Barca Napoli.
Yeah, we talked about that in the last video.
It's really not that important. While in La Liga, Atletico Madrid had to come back from 1-0 down after a Savage own goal. So, what do you guys think of it? 1-0 draw for Atletico Madrid.
They beat Liverpool, so Liverpool, how would they do in La Liga?
Speaking about teams from La Liga, Getafe in the Europa League beat Ajax.
Impressive.
That's a really big surprise. They've drawn Inter. Getafe are one of the biggest underdogs, and they're performing really well.
They're a very underrated side, to be honest. Mata's in great form.
Like also another underrated side, Olympiacos, who went through on away goals against Arsenal. To recap, Arsenal were going into the second leg with a 1-0 lead on aggregate. They were playing in London, so this should be a win for them. They quickly went behind. They went behind 1-0, equalized. No, sorry. They went down 1-0, and it was 1-0 aggregate full time, both teams with one away goal. In extra time, Aubameyang scored a bicycle kick with 2 minutes with only 7 minutes, I believe, left to play.
8.
Yeah, 8 minutes left to play. Brilliant goal. But then in the 118th minute, after a corner kick, the Olympiacos get the ball into the box, and they manage to score what would make it 2-0.
And then Aubameyang missed a...
At the edge of the 6-yard box later on, Aubameyang had a volley. Instead of going for precision, which he probably would have scored, it was basically a tap-in. He decides to go for power, sends it wide. Arsenal should have won it right there at that moment. But Aubameyang, that was one of his biggest misses in his entire career.
Well, that's all we've got time for today. We'll see you soon. Peace out.